Om Shanti. When we hear the word traffic, the meaning of traffic, we consider it as the traffic that we see in the road. In the road, if there is a lot of traffic, there can be traffic jam, and the one who gets stuck in the traffic, they get disturbed and their time is wasted in the crossroads in major cities. There will be traffic signals, and we all know that this traffic signals has red light, green and yellow light. That traffic signal is for the smooth running of the city, and there should not be any much more crowd or traffic jam. That's why all these traffic signals are created. But even in this, some people get disturbed if one person has to go and reach somewhere, catch a flight or go for a meeting. If they get stuck in the traffic, they get tensed. Here too, when Baba talks about traffic control in Brahman life, the traffic denotes the traffic of the mind. So in the mind too, there will be different kinds of thought from here and there and from different sources, like in the traffic where vehicles come from different regions. Similarly, in the mind too, the thoughts come from different sources, and the speed of the thought will be so fast, it will be faster than the light. It's also called as a horse which doesn't have any control, and it's quite difficult to control the mind. The rule that's made regarding this traffic control is to make the mind powerful. In order to make the smooth running of the vehicles, traffic control was made. Here too, in order to make the mind and direct it in a right way, traffic control was made in the Brahman life. In 1971, Avyak Bapdada spoke out a murli about mind's controlling power and ruling power, and Baba gave indication about this. In 1972, the sixth time traffic control that we practice it now, it was made in 1972, starting from 7 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 12 p.m., 5:30 p.m., 7:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. The song that's been played in the traffic control during that we should detach our mind from the body and from different materialistic things that's outside, and should remain ourselves and stabilize our mind in either in the seed stage or angelic stage or with Baba in Parindam. So we should practice how much ever time we can practice this for the complete 3 or 5 minutes till the song is being played. So we should be able to remain in such a state for almost 5 minutes, and the mind should not be shaken. At times, we try to bring a mind to Parindam, but within a second, the mind gets wandered to here and there. And again, we try to go to Parindam. Then many more thoughts emerge in the mind, and then we try again. So if we do this, we're not stabilizing our mind. With the aim the traffic control was made, we won't be able to fulfill. This was also initiated for us to practice during the last stage. Baba said that you require practice for long period, and the last stage there will be a lot of upheaval and disturbances. In that stage of disturbance, you should be able to stabilize your mind. In today's Murli's Vardhan, it is said that you should be able to control your mind. Only then you will be able to pass with honor. And at the end, Prakriti or 5 elements of nature will also take the paper. So any trace of weakness that's there inside us, it can emerge during the last phase. And during the last phase, the environment will be very tamopradhan, and there will be disturbance of the evil souls too, because during the last phase there will be a lot of souls that will be leaving the body, and if we are weak during the time, all this will affect us. Baba said the 5 elements of nature will also take paper, and because the 5 elements of nature will be disturbed in all such stages, to stabilize ourselves in just one but none. If you're able to remain in that stage, stable stage, then we will pass, and will be able to pass with honor, and we will come to the paradise in the kingdom of Krishna. But during the last phase, if we are influenced by these papers, then Baba said that one who fails will come to the Chandravamshi dynasty, moon dynasty. We all want to come to the sun dynasty and reach number 1 and come to the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. So the practice of longer period is required for us to stabilize like this in the last phase. Baba said that during the last phase, if you try to repeat that I'm a soul, you won't be able to stabilize. But if you practice long before, then you will be able to remain in that phase. Along with this traffic control helps us to reach the stable stage towards the end. We won't be able to make that stage in the last moment, but daily, in our daily routine, there will be different kinds of paper that we have to encounter. If we did the traffic control in a proper way, we will be able to detach ourselves very quickly, because our body is not very tight. We give the example of tortoise. The tortoise protects itself from the danger by withdrawing from the dangerous situation. When it has to move and take food, it takes out its body. Whenever it feels that it's in dangerous situation, it withdraws its limbs and the head inside the shell. Similarly, to detach ourselves from the body and remain in the soul conscious state, not just a soul conscious state, but to remember Baba in the Parandam is required because Baba takes us away from the problems. It's said that when an aeroplane goes up in the sky, below, if there is different kinds of obstacles, whether it's mountains or buildings, because the airplane is so high above than the problems or obstacles below. So similar should be our stage of mind. Whatever obstacles come in the form of mountains or obstacles or hurdles, it will come and go. Our stage of mind should be above all. One is our stage of mind should be beyond all this. The second is Baba, Almighty Authority, is with us. When we practice this daily, we'll be able to win over Maya and we'll be able to cross all the obstacles. We all do the traffic control, but how do we do it? When we are in gathering, whether it's in center or Madhuban, when traffic control is being played, so everyone stops and then we also try to stop. But when I stop my body, did I stop my mind too? Or did I remember Baba? Or am I able to detach my mind from everything outside and just focus only on the Supreme? Because most of the time, the thoughts that's occurring in the mind, whether it's related to service or related to a person or a different situation that it's in our life, or the past things that had occurs, or the future thoughts that occur in the mind, then most of the time these are the nature of the thoughts that comes during the traffic control. Then the aim of the traffic control is not fulfilled. Some people just stop their body, remain still, but the mind is wandering. Suppose one person is doing office work or do some kind of service. If they're engaged in this, then they become lazy, or they do not understand the importance of traffic control. They keep on doing their task and do not realize the importance of traffic, do not do the traffic. If we don't do or practice this traffic control, then the consequences of which we won't be able to concentrate and focus our mind. We sit in meditation, but we won't be able to focus our mind because, and if it's so, our mind will be occupied with waste thoughts. Just few minutes we will be able to connect with Baba, and the rest of the time mind starts to wander, and you will find the difference in yoga. Daily, the power that you achieve from Baba, Baba gives bliss and love from Baba. You won't be able to feel that if you don't practice. I remember that the Prakashmani in 2003 or in between 2003 and 5, Baba mentioned about the bodiless stage in Amurli. Baba said, in every hour, for few minutes, practice bodiless stage, it's really, really important according to the time that has to come. So Dadi started the traffic control every hour, which is being played in Madhuban. Every song is played regarding Shanti Ki Shakti for 1 minute. Baba said the one who practiced the bodiless stage during annihilation or during the last destruction, they won't leave the body, but they will live according to their will. And the one who practiced this stage, then they won't die suddenly. When such a dangerous situation comes, they won't die suddenly, but they'll die on their will. When person practice this bodiless stage, then the karmic accounts, we all have to go beyond these karmic bondages. So this practice also helps to remove from the bondage of karmic accounts, and we'll be able to pass this easily because the bodiless stage acts as an injection. Suppose there is a lot of pain, and if a person is having some kind of bodily pain, then if a person tries to remember Supreme and stay in remembrance, everything will go out of the mind and person won't be able to connect properly because that person will be focusing only on the body because of pain. And even into that situation, we should be detached. That is, me, the soul, is the master of the five sense organs, and I am settling my karmic accounts, but my mind is with Baba. That is, you should not be conscious about disease, you or body conscious, but you should be soul conscious. Baba's power will be with us. Baba's blessing will be with us. That's what Baba say about medicine and blessing. And if you do that, you won't feel the pain. Similarly, when a doctor gives injection, immediately the pain goes away. So this practice of bodiless stage helps you remove from the pain that you are encountering, and you will be also able to settle your karmic accounts. That's why this traffic control of every hour is also really important, but we will have to achieve that stage. The aim behind this initiating traffic control, we should be able to reach that. We should stop every action and then remain in our original eternal form and then practice with full concentration. Then some people think, how will one person be able to control the mind? If we say to stop the mind, will the mind stop? We are able to stop our body, hands and legs, but stopping mind and controlling mind, that's not that easy. In one Murli, Baba said, remember two things. One is great difference and great mantra. Great difference should be, you should be able to differentiate between pure and impure, waste and good thoughts. So you should be able to discriminate between your original stage and your acquired stage. Original stage is that of purity, peace, happiness, power, love, whatever the original nature of the souls are. So when you remember your eternal stage, when you receive something elevated, The ones that is below less than good, you'll automatically get detached from that. In the world too, it's said that when a person gets very good thing, then less valued thing will automatically get discarded. Suppose a person has cycle or two-wheeler, and if the person gets a car, then he doesn't use this two-wheeler because he has a better thing of a car that is better than the two-wheeler. And the second thing that Baba mentioned was great mantra, that is Manmana Bhav. Remember me alone. Remember Baba's greatest virtues, his actions. If you remember Baba, then you will be able to control your mind easily. The second thing that Baba mentioned is throughout the day, your daily routine, you should remember your stages throughout the daily routine. For example, in Amrit Vele, you are sitting in front of Baba like a child. You are conversing with Baba as a father and then taking inheritance, blessing, and power from Baba, and you, the child, is taking. When you become equal to Baba, you will be able to remain in the stage of master, equal to the Father. Then, next, when you study the godly education knowledge, you are listening it in the form of godly student. You are getting pure thoughts from Murli. So constantly think about this point in Murli. So Baba said in today's Murli, sit alone and repeat the Murli points. And throughout the day, you are Sevadhari. So you should remember whether you are in family or in center, you are doing task for Baba because Baba has made me an instrument. So if you get this kind of attitude, then naturally Baba's remembrance will automatically come. And towards the end at night, you should constantly check whether what you had done, whatever you have done throughout the day, you should check, and you should practice a stage where you go beyond the sound. At night, while you're sleeping, a person will be totally away from all kinds of disturbances and attachments. When a person sleeps in this stage, then the last stage of before sleeping, that stage gets emerged the first in the morning when you wake up. When you wake up in Amrit Vela, your stage will be such that which you have slept last night. So check before sleeping means you have to settle the accounts in the register, whatever thing that happened up and down in the karma you should give to Baba, and whatever is left you should settle that in front of Baba with the power of yoga. Baba said settle that, and it should not carry on the next day, because Baba said a businessman settles everything and doesn't take things forward. In today's world, the power of science, they are inventing such things. Whatever is written, they are able to clean everything. Nobody will be able to understand whether something is written here. So Baba says, if science has this power, then silence won't it have that power to clean everything? When your register is clear, there will be purity and clarity in the mind, and there will be clarity in the intellect. And if you do that, controlling the mind won't be difficult. So daily you should clean the mind. This is also really, really important. Then, when you stabilize your mind in traffic control and the stage that you want to achieve, the aim of your traffic control too, it's really really important because it will help you towards large time, and you have to practice it for longer time. If you do that, you will pass in number one. Pass with honor. If you want to achieve, you should do this. Baba said the one who are the beads in the rosary of victory. So all our aim is to become a rosary in the rosary of victory. So if we practice daily, and then we'll be able to reach number one stage. So we should take give importance of the traffic control and the daily routine. And the daily routine traffic control is given for our own benefit. Om Shanti.